What's going on, my friends? I just wanted to explain something to you. Each time I go out, each time I go shopping, for example, I go here all the time, Sprouts, and the bank is right down the street, or not down the street, it's in the same shopping center right over there, Chase Bank. And each time I go to a public place, I'm amazed about the fuckery that's going on. What the hell? I mean, the Walmart, first of all, closed at 9 o'clock. Okay, and the grocery stores, they close at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock. And even Walgreens used to be 24 hours right there. Walgreens, it closed at 9 o'clock. And the bank now, the tellers aren't even there. It's all ATM. And if you want to talk to a teller, you want to do something about your account, and you want to transfer money, you want to do all these things, you have to go online and do it. Or if you want to talk to the bank personnel, you have to make an appointment. See, who makes those decisions? You got to ask yourself, who makes the decision of making the bank ATM only? It is from the highest up. Okay, it's for a reason. And people think it's because of public health and, oh, the coronavirus is going to infect people. Look, I'm here without a mask on, but there's going to be coming a time where you can't be anywhere without a mask on. And then the people that support this, they're just living in fear because all they do is consume fear and watch the news and see how bad it is everywhere else and all this kind of stuff. But see, that whole thing is falling apart because look what's happening. Our freedom in very small levels are going away. You can't even go to the park anymore because a small segment of the population has a very strong flu. I mean, even saying this kind of stuff gets people upset because they don't want to admit to the fact that they are themselves living in that fear state and making decisions based on that fear. But they're consuming fear. What you are, what you eat. You are what you consume. If you consume fear, and you're around people that are consuming fear, and you have this inside voice in you that's saying that there's something wrong here, you'll be frightened to even stand up because people around you will shut you down. You know, their Mr. Smith programming will come out. And the people that are all about, yeah, you have to, they're okay with this kind of implementation with all these masks and like the different crazy regulations. The people that support that are in the medical field. And of course they're going to support it. They work for that same system. They're not healers. They're not healers of the body, of the mind. The healthcare system does not heal. It is a system that tells you what health is. And the fact of the matter is, as an individual, you give them power. None of these things could be enacted if the public was like, wait a second, no, that's crazy. Like in Michigan, there was a protest, and I made a Instagram post about it, about the people in Michigan protesting in Lansing at the Capitol building. And I got a lot of people hating on what I said, and they said things like, oh, why don't you go there and protest with them and hug them? You know, mocking comments. And then when you address that comment of theirs, which I did, then they move on to the next outrageous comment. Like, why don't you go to Italy and hug people? It's like, what the hell is going on here? It's insane what's going on. And people are allowing it to happen because they are in that state of fear. And why are you in the state of fear? Because you've been molded by institutions. Religion has told you what to think about the divine and what you are. Schools have taught you to look up to certain authority figures and you know, when someone says something from this university, then that's more correct than this university, and all kinds of brainwashing. That's what it is. It's a brainwashing. What you have to do is you have to, You have to brainwash yourself with the truth. But you can't do that unless you first see the truth in the falsehood. And then, once you see it, you have to start changing the way you think. It's very difficult. It takes discipline. And a lot of people don't have discipline. They don't have the discipline to not even to watch TV for a week, for a day. How many people can get off their Facebook for a couple days? Then people are like, oh, why are you on Facebook? Yeah, I have a platform on Facebook. But do you think I'm sitting on Facebook looking at other people's comments and looking at all the groups and what they're saying and thinking? No. And when I do follow a group and I see a comment in the group that I follow and it's outrageous and it's more fear mentality, I speak up. There's nothing wrong with groups. It's just when you start identifying as part of that group, that's when you have put on a label that you did not create. You're supposed to create labels on yourself. Of course, our ego needs clothing and all these kind of things. These are labels that you put on yourself. In the physical, labels, brand names, logos, right? But that comes from a mindset too. Everything in the physical first came from the mental. And if mentally you are in a state of childlike thinking and you're bound by institutional thinking because those institutions have thought for you and told you what life is, then you're going to be in their reality. See, people think that, for example, you can work for a company. It was in the past, when you work for a company, you work for, say, 8 hours a day and you get a salary. You work for a company, you get a salary, then you go home and then you do whatever you want. And then you go back to work. And as long as you're performing, that's all good. But now it's like you can't do certain things in your own private life because it's going to affect the company you work at. For example, even smoking marijuana or even drinking after, they do tests where if you have nicotine in your system, you can't work at a certain places. Or of course, with marijuana, that's the fact. If you do it in your private time, say you smoke weed once a week, or once a month, because it takes you in a creative atmosphere and, you enjoy it and whatnot. And 15 days later, you get drug tested and you're fired because something you did in your private life. And even if you're going through some health problems and you smoke marijuana because it's an amazing natural medicine, it is a cure for many things. Many things. I mean, I'm talking about a lot. I'm telling you right now, it is what got me. That first step was getting me out of depression was cannabis. For sure. It's not for everybody. And this video is not about cannabis. It's about your freedom. See, people's freedom is being chiseled away, and you're like a frog getting cooked in a pot. You don't just dump a frog in a freaking boiling water. No, you put it in water and you start turning up the heat and it gets comfortable. It keeps on getting comfortable, and then pretty soon it's cooked. Don't be that frog. It doesn't mean revolution. It means you have to revolution in your own life. See, that's the thing. You can go on parallel dimensions in this reality. You can be fearful and going shopping and really being fearful and, oh my God, what's going on with the world? Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good idea. I'm glad I did that. Oh yeah, the bank's closed. Okay, yeah, you know what, that's fine. I can do my online banking. And in your heart, you're complacent with it. That just adds to the fear, because you're allowing something else to dictate your own inner freedom. Or you can be the same person like me. I go in there and I see the BS, but it's not going to affect me. I'm still doing what I'm doing. I'm still going to go outside. I'm still going to walk around the park. And they can't police everybody. The police themselves, they're not going to even go along with it. It's like, who are the people that, if there's martial law, who are the people implementing martial law? Who are the soldiers? It's everyday people. And they're not going to buy into it. And there's already a movement. There's already a movement. Q. Okay? And you have to awaken in your own life. It's not a group effort. You got to start awakening in your own life, in your own house, and that's going to reflect in your reality, because as within, so without. The mindset you're in, the way you have aligned your mind and body with your soul, is how you are going to witness this reality on an individual level. Okay? It's time to wake up. And there's no red pill. No one's going to offer you a red pill. See, the red pill is literally, in the movie, it was a pill that made certain chemical changes happen. You can make that same chemical change happen within your body, within your mind. And it's a metaphorical pill. Or you can just continue on, watching your Netflix and just hiding yourself in groupthink, thinking you're secure, when deep inside you're diminishing your divine light more and more. Okay, take care, peace everyone, and have a amazing day. Like, subscribe, comment, and tell me about the things in your reality that you're seeing that are waking you up. I really want to know. Okay? Take care, everyone. Peace.